Hello, book nerds. How are you doing on this fine day, fine night? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're looking after yourselves. And obviously, it's getting closer and closer to Christmas. Like, what are we gonna do about this? Also, the main thing is that I must apologize for is this hair. It's growing. I don't know what to do with it. But we're gonna dive into this. This is gonna be another short review because we've not recorded any reactions because this I don't know what to say. Let's just dive straight into this. So let me just give you a little bit of information about the book. So this is the Vampire in the Bookstore. This was written by Elle Drew. It's 148 pages and it was released March this year, so March 2023. The story of the book, it revolves obviously around these two characters. We have Declan and Rosa/Rosamund. Now, the main thing is about this is that the premise of this is Declan is a hermit. No one really knows much about him, and Rosa is a stalker who knows a very big dark secret about him and staged this sort of meeting in a library which he didn't know about. And the reason why she staged this sort of meeting for them to meet and be all like, oh my god, we're gonna be like best friends, is because she knows that he is her favorite author. Not the vampire thing or anything like that, just that he is her favorite author, and that's why they have to meet. And they literally fall in love at first smell, technically, for Declan being a vampire, because he is focused on the smell of her blood, and they tried really hard to make blood sound really sexy, and it just didn't work. So, characters. Declan, a 1,000-year-old vampire named Declan. Still don't understand why he's called Declan. I don't know why in my mind I just thought of it, like, I don't know why I'm struggling with that name. That's just my own personal opinion. He is an author, and also he is a hermit for quite a few years. He definitely tends to stay close to himself and doesn't really interact with a lot of people unless he really has to. And then we have Rosa/Rosamund. Don't really know where that name comes from, but there she is. Now, the thing that I love about her character is this is a plus-size woman. And it's so unusual to find people with any sort of different body sizes or body shapes in books, in media, TV shows, movies, and all that jazz. It's very rare. We don't get to see a lot of it, especially in books. So I instantly fell in love with that aspect of her character. She works with old books, and she smells like them, apparently. The main thing that I thought was really interesting about her character is that she had a lot of knowledge about hand-stitched book covers, because that's obviously how book covers were done back in the day. But that's really the main things that are really important. And obviously she's a stalker. She is a stalker at heart to an obsessive amount. And when she puts her mind to it and does all the research, she is like a dog. Like, nothing will stop that scent. She's gonna follow it until she hits the end. So, story, we've talked about the story. There isn't really much of a story there. It's only 148 pages. And with books like these, they don't really have them because it's more about the spice and, you know, the erotica. It's in there, but it's talk about that later. Plot, they meet pretty much in the first, like, page and a half of the book. It goes at a steady pace. That's really it. That's all I can really say about the book. World building, there isn't really any world building. It's, you know, it's spice, it's smut. There's not going to be world building in this. It's just going to be like, here's the two characters meeting, and then bam. Bam. Re-readability, I didn't enjoy this book, so I will not be reading it again. I actually really struggled with this book for a few reasons, which I'll go into in a little bit. Fun factor, I didn't have fun with this book. Which is weird to say considering the type of book it is. And then we're going to talk about a little about the spice. Now, the spice, it's okay. It was bland. It felt very forced. Not in that way, but it was forced. I found Morning Glory Milk and Farm spice a lot better than this, which is weird because I like vampires and stuff like that, but apparently bull tugging was just a lot better than this. Take that as you will. Take that as you will. If I was to rate this, which I am going to rate this, I'm going to rate this 2-star. And the main reason why it's going to be 2-star is not because there's world building or there's rebuildability or fun facts or anything like that. The reason why it's 2-star for me is because it's got, like I mentioned just before, body sizes. You know, it's got a plus size person on the front. That's amazing. You know, different body sizes, different body shapes. There's so many people in the world with different body sizes and shapes. We need to have more of them in the world, especially showed in a positive sort of light. Maybe not in erotica specifically, but you know, we need them more in book form, TV, movie, and so on and so forth. A lot of people will argue with this about you need to be healthy and all that jazz, but you need to understand people can still be big or large or however they would like to describe themselves and be healthy. You know, there's different things that you need to take into perspective. But yeah, I'm only going to give it 2 stars. Now, I struggled with this. The dialogue between the characters was terrible. You know, it was very forced. It was like a robot was talking to itself in a reflection. It was uncomfortable. There was just nothing there. There was no personality between the two. It was just an uncomfortable read. I didn't enjoy it at all. And I've seen a lot of the Goodreads reviews as well. A lot of people have DNF'd it. And I can kind of understand why they DNF'd it from the 15% of the way through, because they had the same sort of struggles that I did. But you know what? If you are into vampires and this sort of stuff, you know what? Dip your toe in it, give it a little read. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I personally didn't, but that's just my own opinion, which is why I talk about random stuff like this. But you know what? Give things your own chance, you know? It's like this. This is something that I tell my nephews every now and then, because I like to think I'm smart. If you ask someone about the weather, and one person says it's raining, and the other person says it's not raining at all, what are you going to do? You're going to go out and you're going to make your own decision. Same thing with anything like this. Be good, make good decisions in life, and I'll catch you very, very soon. Be good.